friendos, welcome back. Hey, Steph and Eben. Sorry, I forgot to get into my chat. Alright. Man, I just... Like, I knew over the course of the last couple of, I don't know, the last few weeks, really, that I was kind of barreling towards kind of a physical breakdown of systems. I was just doing... I just kept putting it off, you know, how you can kind of like shoulder through, you're really tired, you know you're gonna get sick, you'll get sick when you stop pushing so hard, so you keep just kind of pushing a little harder, trying to just get through it, so you can be sick later. Last night, I was sick. I got home at like 2. Inhaled my lunch, and then did not wake up, really, until 8 o'clock this morning. I didn't realize I sounded so bad until I started talking. I don't sound very good, but I feel better, so that's nice. Hey, Beanie. But anyway, I thought we would do a little casual shit this afternoon so that I can have this evening free while Grid is out. And then I am going to try very hard to take it easy this evening. Alright, so I would like to try... Okay, so first off, I think the color that I picked for the, Actually, I think all of the colors I picked are wrong. Except black. Black can't really be wrong. Hey, Rainbow Tea Kitty, how are ya? So I guess I want to start off by frogging this gold, because I don't quite like it, and then while we're doing that I can consider everything else. We can just contemplate. We can just wake up. I had a very casual, low-key morning for the first time in God knows how long. Like, got up to feed the cats, made coffee, and then, like, went back to bed. Sat in bed reading a book for a good long time. It was necessary. Ooh, my hands are a little shaky. Capitalism is fine, I'm sure. I'm sure if we just continually push our bodies until they're at the point of breakdown, I'm sure we can make the stock market a little better. Thank goodness. Yay, capitalism! It's fine! Something happened. Oh, thank you so much, anonymous user, for that gift sub. Rainbow Tea Kitty, you're stuck here now. Surprise. You know, I was having a discussion at work about cocaine with my work friends. You know, like you do. And I got thinking, I was like, I bet I have like a very well-known tattoo artist friend. And I'm like, so I texted her and I'm like, yo, now I want to be clear, I'm not trying to buy cocaine. I'm just kind of trying to gain clout from you as a person. So my question is, if you had to get cocaine, could you? And she was like, I think if I had to, yes, I could get it. I'm like, awesome, thank you. So that means I, if I had to, could get cocaine. So I feel cooler. You know. With that as a thing. Again, just for clout, not actually for drugs. No, officer, I swear. I wasn't gonna sell the drugs, they're just for clout. Good morning. We're sewing a Kirby while we're talking about hard drugs. Whew. On the plus side, after I feel really ill, like with bad headaches and things, I tend to feel really good. I'm sure it's like an endorphins thing, which is, you know, nice. That's always pleasant. At least if I must suffer, later I will eventually feel okay. If the camera freezes, if the face cam freezes, let me know. I don't have a preview in front of me. I think it will be okay because we replaced the cable to a different kind of cable that also does something else. I don't know. That's true, Beanie. That's true. Hey, lady! God, can you imagine a coked out Kirby? What an experience. Alright, so my thought process for the hat. Like, I think the gold I chose is just a little too orange. I was trying to... When I looked up the pattern, the first pattern that I saw was like somebody's created pattern on Etsy. Which I don't like just whole cloth stealing other people's patterns. Although, with pixel sprites, when you are translating a pixel sprite to a cross-stitch pattern, there's really not a lot of... In a lot of cases, there's just really not a lot of intellectual theft. Because you are taking the block-constructed pixel sprite and putting it somewhere else. That's all really that's happening. But unless it's like a constructed scene that did not exist on a sprite sheet. I thought I remember Kirby sleeping in a moon in a game, but I could not, with the very limited amount of searching that I did yesterday, I could not find it. I found people doing pixel art of Kirby sleeping in a moon, but I did not find, like, the image in the game, whichever game, that I could not remember, you know? So... I think the underlying sprite composition came from, or one of the places it came from, was the ability cards in Kirby Superstar. Because this is what the ability card looks like when Kirby is sleeping. Now, most of the reproductions from that Etsy listing have Kirby in a blue hat, which in the cards are like yellow. They're like sepia toned. None of them are, or that one is not colored. So blue could be a guess, but Sleep Kirby in the game has a green hat. And I believe in the credits, Kirby has a green hat with white spots. So, I think I should have taken out this blue and made it darker green. That's what I'm thinking. But also I didn't put a lot of thought or effort into deciding on this pattern or stitching the outline for it. I just didn't want to have to subject you to however many hours of working on the big project where nothing ever looks like it changes. I really want to do Samus next to match up with the Metroid that we did. I just have to... That's a pattern I want to, like, create. This is actually the first time I've bought clover needles. It was an impulse buy. I do like them, though. I still have a whole sewing shelf drawer thingy of, like, notions that were my grandmother's, and I've just been poaching needles from that. Not necessarily embroidery needles. I mean, I've been using them to embroider, but they're, you know, from 1960, probably made of lead. It's nice to use a nice needle. I'm like, oh, it's got a gold eye! This threads so cleanly! Imagine that! Man, I'm always happy for the shows to be over so I have grid back home, but I'm just... really happy. You did?! Oh, bummer. What series was it? So I know not to bother. I went back to Bob's Burgers. Although there is a final season, or there is one more season that I actually haven't watched, so... Oh, that's a bummer. My assistant is, I love her so much. She does anime nights. And they've been watching One Piece. So now the joke is that I have to, like, catch up on One Piece, but obviously the problem is that there are years of One Piece. There's so many. And I still want to, like, go back and watch old school Sailor Moon, because I didn't have the right channels when I was a child. Which episode do I hate? I think there's one episode that I skip every time. I like early Bob's. I don't like it when they start doing, like, the musical episodes. Like, I get it, guys. I get it. Do we need to do the shtick this many times? Like, come on. Please let me live. Please let me. I just like the... I don't know. I like the one-off nature of shows like that. That's fair. I want to watch one episode and then not have to, like, freak out for what's gonna happen next week. I'm too tired. Bring back the sitcom, you know? Yeah, let's just pull out the hat. I'm sorry, Curbs. I also really want to watch Dairy Girls, but I don't think I have the emotional resilience at this moment. I haven't watched The Office in several years now because I refuse to download Peacock. I won't do it. There's no more video streaming services are gonna be in my life. Once Hulu is actually Disney Plus, or I'm sure I don't know. Once it's called Disney Plus and not called Hulu anymore, I'm done. And Grid has the Netflix account, which is fine. He can do whatever he wants, but I'm not paying for any more fucking subscription services anymore. If I'm gonna subscribe to something, it is going to be some sweaty guy in his basement talking about old video games. This is not a direct call out to any of the streamers that I watch. This is just a hypothetical. Oh no. Red Dwarf. No, I haven't heard of it, but that doesn't mean anything. We watched... Oh yeah, I said this. We watched the Woodstock 99 documentary. But, like, that's not the life that I'm living. I'm not gonna just go and watch documentaries on Netflix. You watch documentaries on the fucking Discovery Channel at 2 o'clock in the morning. As is right and proper. Before the Discovery Channel... I don't know, it's been 15 years since I've had cable, so... I'm pretty sure it's all reality TV now. Ancient aliens and shit. Oh god, that's even worse. I did watch one of the what did I watch? Somebody posted something. Oh, it was about the blue hole. Maybe that was on Tumblr. It was like an hour and a half long and I actually fucking watched the whole thing. I would like a goddamn medal. But once again, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Grid was like, are you gonna come to bed? And I'm like, no. I'm busy. I have watched What We Do in the Shadows. I do very much love What We Do in the Shadows, although it kind of annoys me when they get into the nightclub part. Nausea bugs me. Although then the nightclub explodes, so that's perfect. That part felt good. Harvey Guillén is... I probably said his name wrong, but he is my dream. I love him so much. I saw him in this, like, roller skating photo shoot where he had, like, high bobby socks on with roller skates and, like, little short shorts, and I just wanted that vibe so bad. I mean, I still want that vibe. I wish it was a little brighter. I can't see anything. You know, the normal curse of film these days. They have all these dark, heavy clothes on. And the sets are dark and heavy. I can't fucking see anything. And then the gay pirate show, whenever Our Flag Means Death comes back, as I'm sure it will. Very excited about that. But that is like an actual continuing story that I have to pay attention to. Oh, speaking of Resident Alien, which I stopped watching halfway through because there's something wrong with my brain. I'm like, hey, I'm really enjoying this. Maybe I should never watch it again. I love doing that to myself. That's great. Alan Tudyk is at the Big Theater today at the comic convention that we're having. I did not want to go because I should have volunteered to work a shift for it, and if I had to do that, I would die. So Grid went. Is there now. But, his girl from Firefly is there. So I'm not sure if he's coming home alone or not. Summer Glau, is that her name? That's his girl. It, like, man, I loved Resident Alien. It got, like, really stressful because, like, tension was happening in the show, and it was very well done tension, but I just was like, oh my god, I can't handle this right now. And then I put it down for, like, a second too long and forgot what happened before that, so now I'm just gonna have to watch it all over again, but I need, like, another fucking pandemic for me to have enough time to do that. I never remember which one she was. She was the one with, like, the memory problems, right? Not Kaylee, not the courtesan, the other one. I've only watched Firefly the once. I don't know how you can do that to yourself twice. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be soon. No worries. We're trying to, like, contract for the winter show. And we're doing $1 Million Quartet Christmas. And the $1 Million Quartet was Elvis, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and the last guy who I always fucking forget, Jerry Lee, I think. Now, it's really fucking hard to hire someone who plays Johnny Cash very well. And the guys that play Johnny Cash and who play Elvis and who play Carl Perkins, this is basically all they do, because they can just get jobs literally doing the same show, going from cruise ship to regional theater to tour to cruise ship to regional theater to tour. That's their whole job. And they're very expensive, because it's a very specialized thing that you have to be good at. And we're getting all the news that the new COVID variant is, you know, looking like this winter's gonna be bad, and we're like, how do we understudy Johnny Cash without losing all of our money? And the answer is you don't. That's it. That's the answer. Ah, yes, I remember. I remember, lady. Okay, here we go. Oh, sure. Yeah, Grid could do Johnny Cash, sure. In that he is a man and he is in black. Okay, well, we did nothing. We did nothing! Yay, nothing! I guess let's pull a dark green. What if we pulled a dark green? I can cheerfully say I had nothing to do with any part of this. I do feel bad because all the staff is expected to volunteer for a shift this weekend. But again, I think I will die. If all staff wants to work as many weekends as I work, then I will consider volunteering for more shifts. Apparently there's like a fursuit lounge or something, and Grid went in to the big theater yesterday to pick up paychecks for me. And he went in with the chief of staff, and there's like a big sign that says like, fursuit competition this way. And Grid mentioned it to the chief of staff, just being like, well, that's a sign that I didn't really expect to see first thing in the morning. And she's just like, yep, I wasn't sure if it was one word or two words, so I'm just gonna walk away. Yep, there sure is. Maybe let's do that. Alright. I guess let's try this hat again. I mean, it doesn't have to be inherently sexual. I think I was always too slutty to be a furry, which I know sounds counterintuitive. But like, the fursuits are not shape-hugging. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna elaborate. I am very excited to hear Grid's take. I also have a kind of expectation that he will get pressed into working. Or he will walk into a room and something won't be working right. And then he will just be like, move over. Move over, let me do it. Just, you know? Exactly. That is who he is. I love him so much. I was awake last night for like an hour, I suppose, outside of that 10-minute spiel that I... where I was posting in Discord. But, he was putting his... I got him new saddlebags for his motorcycle for a late birthday present, and, he had to drill holes in them to put them on, and he was out putting them on in the rain. So I was trying so hard to be conscious because my fear was, oh shit, I slept literally all afternoon, now I'm just going to be awake and miserable all night, so I was trying to be awake, but that wasn't working, so I just kind of shuffled out in my bare feet outside into the garage where we still have a couch, but the couch is covered in, like, tools. So I moved, like, 2 tools and then laid down on top of the rest of the tools, just, like, cocooned in a blanket, with one eye, one half open, staring at Grid while he worked on his motorcycle, trying not to throw up. Just wanting to be in his presence. Eight. Oh wait, no, 4. 4. It feels very Oktoberfest. I feel like I am at Oktoberfest. At Six Flags. I feel like a woman in extremely inauthentic lederhosen has handed me a Miller Lite. Hey, no. I am poaching the design from several sources. Mostly the... in Kirby Superstar there are... Let me just post it. Mostly that. It's kind of... I find it kind of hard to claim any sprite design as organically created because it's mostly just you look at blocks and then you translate the blocks into cross-stitch. Two down and then one across. Alright, I don't want the outline of the puff to be green. I think we're gonna go black with that. But yes, I love this Ida. And I have other pieces of it too. Where did I... Each one is like just a little different. Oh, they're just dreamy. But like I was saying last time... Oh yeah, spreading the emotes would be really fun. That would be super cute. I want to do Kirby with the star rod. Like here. And then up here is the... like that pulsing orb from the end of Dreamland, or Kirby's Adventures in Dreamland. Kirby's Dreamland. Fuck, the NES one. I always get the name for the Game Boy one and then the name for the NES one confused. No, I don't have an Instagram anymore, unfortunately. It was sapping my life force, and I had to delete it. I do have an Etsy. Let me... Do we have an Etsy command? I don't remember. Wow, thanks, Beanie. You're way faster than me. I was like trying to find the link. You just fucking... Great, thank you. One, two. I need like... I don't know, I need one more screen over here or something. Or I need like, I don't know. Maybe a laptop instead of my phone. There's too many computers in this house. Poor Grid was... When he was, envisioning the downstairs stream setup, he had my streaming computer desk in one spot and then like the craft spot in the basement still. But my problem with that is... Oh, no. Yeah, we're gonna come up one, okay. My problem with that is that all of my craft stuff is gonna stay and it's gonna live in this room. So I don't want to stream crafting from down there because that means I'm going to have to bring everything downstairs. I don't want to have to do that. So I was trying to figure out if we could get a second setup up here. But at best that means a lot of cables. But realistically, it means a second computer. So I'm just creating a location for too many computers in this damn house. And then I yell at my dentist for trying to sell me on an electric toothbrush. No more electronics! No more batteries! Really? Are they really, Zen? Zooming from the bathroom. You know, the light in the bathroom is great. I just don't believe it. I don't want it. I don't want to be responsible for another piece of e-waste. I'm gonna cancel you all just like my dentist. Oh, I got really angry last time I went because she won't let me... I've rotated through several hygienists. The worst one was right post-COVID, like the first time I came... Or no, post-COVID when I first went back to the dentist, I hadn't been to the dentist in like 7 years, so I was like freaking out. Because the dentist is horrible, and I am panic attack. And don't touch my mouth bones. I live in my face. Please don't come at my face with a drill. That's where I live. You can do whatever you want with drills to my feet. I don't live there. She was really nice, and she was like explaining everything she did, or she was like describing everything she did before she did it. I've never felt so safe in a dentist's office. It was great. And then after her, they assigned me this woman who was like a fucking Blue Lives Matter landlord. She was like, "Ah, these people aren't paying rent, and they just think they can not pay rent." And I'm like, "Hi, I got laid off. I don't think we're on the same side of this conversation. She's like, my son paid $8,000 to buy an 8-foot-tall Frankenstein figurine. And I'm like, that's a world that I don't live in. I wish you would stop talking to me. Hey, Ascendi Oasis, thank you. It is findable on Amazon. I try to be better about where I purchase things, but sometimes you just find it on Amazon. But anyway, the hygienists won't let me fucking rinse my own mouth. And I couldn't figure out why. I was like, this seems bad, because you instead of like rinsing your mouth and spitting in the little basin, they spray off all your teeth individually and then make you close your lips on the stupid little sucky thing. Which, listen, I don't know a lot, but I do know about creating negative pressure on vacuum lines and sucking bacteria back up into your mouth. That's why there's air gaps. Which there can't be in a line with fucking vacuum pressure. Anyway. But apparently it's still like a COVID thing. They don't want you just spitting in the dentist's office. Which I can understand, but also I hate it. I require the rinse. It allows me to be responsible for my mouth. It lets me mentally reset. It lets you stop touching me. Fuck, I can't. I think we're done with this piece of floss. I think I can't get this knot out. That sucks. The emergency phone has already rung this morning, so hopefully I will be done for today. Oh, really? Oh, boy. I mean, that doesn't seem like it's gonna fucking help. It really just doesn't seem like that. You know, you're already at the dentist. Your mouth is open. Your mouth is open. They're spraying in your mouth. There's particles getting all over the place. That seems like the problem. The spitting part seems incidental. Like, just not... I am very much for continued regulation, vaccination, mask wearing as appropriate. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying COVID was a hoax. I'm not saying we should ignore it. I'm just saying, there are things that help, and then there are things that make us feel like we're helping, and those are the things that I think suck. Alright, I'm sure after I've gone through all the trouble to rip all this out and make the hat green instead of blue, I'm sure somebody is going to show me a screen grab of the final credits of Kirby Superstar, where Kirby's sleeping in the moon. You know, the one, the picture I can remember in my head but could not find in trying to find it, where his hat's actually blue. Actually, I kind of hate this, but I don't care. This is where we're going. Okay. Now we're back to exactly how we were. Hey, Sarah. I'm not bad yet, but I just got out of the shower, so I'm like still riding that I am not sweaty anymore. Fresh shower feel. It's just so humid. It's like really fucking humid. And the weather said it was supposed to thunderstorm. I don't know. Oh, God. Excuse me. Sarah, I'm still really sorry I flaked out on you. I suck. But also I still kind of feel like ass, so you probably would have... I probably would have died in a kayak. And I already got an emergency phone call this morning, so had I tried to sneak away, I would have been immediately found out. Oh no. Maybe let's do his feet because we don't have to think about his feet. Oh no. Well, at least together we are ass. Okay, beets. I wanna like... I wonder if it would be fun to... Instead of just making these to sell in hoops, I mean, I make them and leave them in hoops and then put them up on the internet in hopes that somebody will take them off my hands because I'm not going to stop making them. I just kind of don't want to keep every single one. I wonder if it would be interesting or worthwhile to, like, cut them out and serge and treat the edges and then like sell them as patches instead. Especially on this fun kind of Ida. I've got a couple pairs of denim pants that I can't wear anymore because I've just blown holes in places in them. I could upcycle the denim and back them with denim so they're nice and sturdy, you know? I wonder if that would be fun. Yeah, then I wouldn't lose so many hoops. Yes! God, I should mow the back lawn today, but
Your concern is a great comfort to me.
I might die. I'll make Grid do it when he gets home. Sit on the back porch fanning myself and watching him. It would be very inconvenient. I don't know that there's anything on my radar that I'm looking forward to, but... No, that's not true. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna get to go on vacation. I'm not quite sure when.
Your concern is a great comfort to me. Good night, Captain.
But, you know... Before October... Not really. I want to... Or rather, not anywhere far. There's some nice, like... college towns, really, locally. With neat shops and cute whatevers that are just a couple hours away, and I kind of want to... This is really silly, but... An hour or so, an hour and a half away is, the town my grandpa was born in. And I believe my great-grandma is buried there. So I would like to go try to find that. Now, if I still had any sort of relationship with my family, I could probably call them and ask, but I don't, so instead, I want to make a day trip of it. A little morbid, but it will be beautiful out there in September. Can't beat New York in September. In the fall. So that sounds fun to me. I just want to do, like, I don't know. I don't like leaving the cats for long periods of time. I can, and I have. They're fine for like a week by themselves. I mean, fine. They will stay alive. They're really mad at me when I come back, but they are fine by themselves for a period of time. But I just don't like leaving them. It makes me sad. And I don't want to take them with us because it's not like they're less stressed if I fucking bring them to a, I don't know, one-room hotel with all three of them, stuck in the car for a million hours. That's not helping them, that's just helping me. I'm hoping next summer we can go, like, away for real, like, get me on an airplane. I've never been on an airplane. I'd like to be on an airplane someday. I know Grid wants to go to New Zealand. Grid has been to New Zealand and wants to go back. And I don't know, for my first time traveling overseas, I am scared to go somewhere that I do not speak the language, so I think an English-speaking country would be a good first try. So, Beanie, we're just gonna show up on your doorstep. Or we're just gonna knock on people's doors since we don't know where you live. And we won't ask for you by your legal name, of course, because we don't know it. We will just say, hello, I'm looking for Weenie Beanie. Do you know where can I find them? And then we'll get arrested. and that will be very exciting. I love sheep and cows. I can't even. Love them. Shit's great. I never see sheep around here. I see cows pretty regularly, but for some reason, there's just not a lot of sheep farming. There's like one sheep farm on the way to Scaticoke that I've passed, and I got really excited. Not like I've never seen a sheep, they're not, it's usually cows. And they're usually like Holsteins, that's boring. Get better cows. Well, at least that will be a good story. My trip will be memorable. I will make the local news. Bizarre purple hair American girl harassing local residents. Oh, actually, the week that I hope to take off, I think I'm getting my hair done. Or I think it will line up that I hope to get the week off with the day in it where I'm getting my hair done, so that'll be nice. Exactly! There's like 10 people over there, Jesus. I need to get in an argument with someone about chips. Fight me! Two people attached to the theater just got back from Ireland this summer, and I am extremely jealous. I asked one of them, I was like, what was your favorite part? And just with zero hesitation, he goes, the beer. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, I guess that's my fault for asking, you're right. My bad. The real experience. Oh no, I hear Grid's bike. He's back already? It's only been an hour. Does he have Alan Tudyk on the back of his motorcycle? Oh, no, he does not. Interesting. See, I just want to be somewhere that's older than most of the US. Like, I want to stand in a building that was built in the fucking 1400s. I am not getting into... Well, Allah, the indigenous people of the US also built structures. Yes, they did. And yes, we fucked a lot of them up. So many of them. Very many of them. To the point that there is not continuously used structures from that era still in use in a normal-ass fucking town. Yes, that's a problem. Doesn't change my desire. All right. And down here, I guess. She's sitting on top of the case that I have like a... I have too many pairs of glasses because I found Zenny Optical and they sell glasses very cheap, so I have like a bunch of fashion glasses now. I mean, they still are my prescription lenses, but they're fancy because you know, they're fun. If I have to wear glasses, I want to wear glasses that are fun and that go with my whatever outfit I'm wearing. So I have a case for all my glasses so I don't lose them, and that's what she's sitting on. And that's also why she's slumped over, because I keep just kind of elbowing her out of the way to get to my glasses. That is nuts. Like, that's so crazy. Just, humanity is so cool. I don't know. I know part of it's being an American and part of it is having a fraught relationship with my family, but I just have no concept of any sort of longevity or ancestry, you know? Which I know is usually a problem with Americans headed over to Europe trying to manufacture a lineage. Grid, you're home a lot earlier than I expected.
Very small over there.
I know. How was it?
That's fine. Caused a problem, solved a problem.
Caused
Summer
a pro-
turned me down.
Summer turned you down? When I heard you pulling in, I was like, I do not see anybody bundled up in the back of the motorcycle, so. Did you see her?
Yeah.
Did you talk to her?
No.
No? Okay.
Just signing autographs. We had nothing, you know, nothing to sign.
Nothing to say to her?
Hmm.
What was the problem you caused? Going in there with your key?
Existing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I told you. Did you end up buying a ticket?
Yeah.
Because they made you?
No, because that was the first people. I got off the motorcycle and saw Chief of Staff and our double M. Like literally as I got off the bike, so I was like, well, I guess I gotta go through the front door now.
What did they say to you?
Just a name chat, you know.
What was the problem you solved? I told everybody that you were probably gonna show up somewhere and like the audio would be bad and you'd be like, just let me fix it. Just let me fucking fix it.
No, big room with vault.
Yep.
Where all the vendors are. Somebody had blocked open the exterior door with a bag of rock salt. And just like people getting in.
Oh, well that's a problem.
So I and moved that to one of the other rooms.
Fair enough.
And then went and told Chief Staff. I was like, hey, so XYZ. And she's like, thank you.
Lol. Amazing. I love you.
And the cats are in love with my jeans.
Did you walk through the catnip?
Not directly.
Mm.
I might have brushed up on it. But Alan was on main stage for $100 photo ops.
Yep.
Which is ridiculous, but Summer and all the others were in the little theater. You could just go in and get in line and say hello.
Huh.
But you just couldn't take pictures with them in there.
Right.
So, but we had nothing to sign. I was like, maybe I could find the little stuffed ship and they could sign the tag.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I should have sent it with you.
I'm fine. Go into the VHS collection, see if there's a copy of OG Highlander. Adrian sent that one. There's Kip and the Ghostbuster car and.
Didn't they have the Ghostbuster car last year?
Yeah, I mean it's.
Or no, they had
that boat.
No, they had the fucking Monsters thing last year, because I wanted to see that, but not bad enough to go.
It was fine. Lots of little kitschy things that you want.
Damn.
I'm sure. Well, I didn't take this off, so we might be able to.
No, I don't care.
I don't know. I'll just tape it back on you and you can get.
No, that's okay. I still am not feeling great. Oops. You're standing in front of my pattern grid. Sorry. Thank you. You can stand in front of it again.
Some severely overpriced 3D printed things.
Sounds right.
$35 for a little thing about the size of your bug.
Oh, Jesus. Yep, especially people that I work with.
Yeah.
I don't wanna. I'm tired.
And the TARDIS.
Oh, Grid built a TARDIS.
Well, I didn't build the TARDIS. I gave it a brain and a heart, I guess.
So our scene shop built a TARDIS out of plywood. Well, I mean, out of wood. It looks great. It looks like a professional scene shop built a TARDIS.
I like that too.
But Grid made it behave like a TARDIS. So he put the lights in it and the speakers in it and programmed it to do things when you open the door and do things motion detect it. Is there a motion detector in there?
There should have been, but they didn't want to do it.
They didn't want to do the motion detector?
Yeah, so they just did it when the doors open, but the doors are staying open.
Dumbasses.
So.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
It has its idle animation. When I walked through it, I reached up and hit the door switch. 'Cause
Nice.
I know where it is, and it did the whoom, But, yeah.
You should have brought a Sharpie and signed your name on the inside.
No, actually, Lee Karp was there, and he was like, "Oh yeah," blah, blah, blah. And he introduced me, I think, to his father, and was like, "He's the one who did the things."
Huh.
And I said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I kind of hate," and I also said this to Double M. I was like, "I hate that they signed the interior. Not that I didn't get to sign it, but that it just looks unprofessional." And he was like, "Yeah." But then the lead card was like, "Yeah, they were all supposed to sign like on one section below, like just right."
Right.
But everybody's like, ooh, excuse me, everyone signed sort of anywhere they wanted. But then he told me that I should come over and sign it later.
Why?
It's not, it's just not professional.
Not your thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
so it's got like a 10-minute idle animation. So it has the light on top, and then the police call box signs light up full time. And then there's a 10-minute idle animation cycle with silence, but it has like little blips and blorps and beeps and some spacey, sciencey sound effects that cause some of the lights to flicker. But then it's currently made to do, and it should have been a motion sensor or a beam sensor, when you open the doors to go into it, it does the warp, warp, warp. And the light on top pulsates in time with that, and the other lights turn off. And then, because its colored lights are always on, but then it goes white and warping as it warps. Warps. It's also a little too quiet in the hallway, but I didn't have a screw gun to crack it open and up the volume.
Well, you could go get a screw gun and go back.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be a darker pink right here, but I don't really want to do that because I think it'll look like a weird eye. I think if we just leave that, that'll be fine. I love my Grid. He's so clever. Grid, where are we gonna go for vacation next year?
I don't know.
I threatened Beanie that we're gonna show up and try to find him.
Okay. I got people. I think.
Huh? You got people?
I think. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said I'm scared for my first overseas trip to go somewhere that the
Everything's better.
well, that's not hard. No. I'm scared to go somewhere where the main language is not English. So that shortens our list by a little bit.
Yeah. Most places speak it.
I know, but I don't want to be that asshole, you know? I don't want to be the dumb idiot American tourist. I mean, I'm going to be the dumb idiot American tourist anyway.
We're from Canada, eh?
We're from Canada.
They'll be much nicer to us.
Yeah, probably. Fucking show up in Japan speaking nothing but English. I'm not going to be that person.
do your light switch, but I don't know if I turn off the power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't turn off the power. That's okay.
What will go away? There were some, I don't think they were crocheted, but they didn't look knit either. They were stuffies, but they were like corded looking, but with yarn. So it's as if you took this outside and then just spiraled the whole
Interesting.
shape. Like
maybe they were.
I think they were crochet, but they weren't like how you do.
Well, it was like a crochet chain that you then sew into a shape, maybe.
Maybe, or you do a chain and then loop the chain. You know.
Yeah. Interesting.
It wasn't done like the ones I've seen you do.
So I should have had a booth.
Glance, but well, this
would have sold.
Would have sold. These things would absolutely have sold.
Alas.
Or we could just stream from there next year.
Oh, you're allowed to?
I don't know. Why wouldn't we?
I don't know.
Have internet specifically for it. It would be on the better one.
Ooh. I can half-ass speak Spanish. I mean, that's not true. I can kind of half-ass understand something written down in Spanish. So... Well, we have to go to New Zealand to harass Rorax. I keep saying, we've been talking a big game for years. Just, I don't know. For a long time it was the money. And now it's like, the inertia of my life is hard to overcome. Like when I have time, free time, I want to like work on the house. But the house is always going to be there. I mean, until I lose my job and can't pay the mortgage and then the bank takes the house, then the house won't be there. But you know, until then, that's a never-ending project, and it's not like I'm going to be done and then I'm allowed to go do things, so why don't I just go do things now? It's the brainworms. The brainworms are the problem. And whenever we get out somewhere, we always convince ourselves that... Or we get somewhere and then we're like, well, what do we like doing? We like thrift shopping and playing video games, and we can do both of those things at home. So why did we fucking do this? Yard sales. Well, shit. Stream's over. Goodbye. Maybe we'll stop later, Grid, when we go grocery shopping. Whoop. I've been putting up the Horizon Zero Dawn VODs on YouTube, and I think I actively chose not to put them up originally because I had the YouTube at that point, but chose not to put them up because they look so... My computer was struggling so much. We have literally done that. We have literally done that. Did you go get the milk that I sent you out for? No, but... I bought 2 original PlayStations. Ah, it's just so good. I love yard sale shopping. So good. And it's kind of good too because, like, it's very rare that we find what we're looking for in yard sales. If we were looking for children's toys and baby clothes, we would hit every time, but we're looking for electronics. Occasionally I find, like, a piece of weird wall art or a shelf. Oh my god, that's so sad. I'm so sad about that. Fucking love sorting through other people's garbage. It is my happy place. The only reason, like, thrift stores are better is only because there's more shit altogether in one spot. Speaking of yard sale worthy, I'm thinking Monday we'll finish up Maniac Mansion and then start with Day of the Tentacle. Huh. Well, I guess on the practical side of things, like, arranged days and locations might be better just in that, you know, the more stuff you have together, the more likely somebody's going to be able to find something and stop, and more people will show up and things like that, but theoretically we're supposed to get, like, a permit every time we do a yard sale, which we didn't even do last time, and nobody said anything. Which is stupid, because theoretically the permit costs, like, it only costs like $5, but you have to go down to City Hall to get it, which I would rather pay $500 to not do that. Yeah. Makes sense. Well, I know here in the US we've made all spaces unwalkable and, gotten rid of the ability to congregate in public, so... Heh. Mailman's here. Exactly. Like, when I was young, your parents could just drop you off at the mall and fucking leave. Yes. Well, I mean, our local mall, you have to have adult supervision unless if you're under. Actually, I think if you're under 18, you cannot be there alone if you are under 18. I remember getting chased by a security guard. It was very funny. I was actively ignoring them. Ooh. I need a nap. Oh, so the exterminator didn't work and I still have bees in my wall. So that's cool. Kind of interesting. My brain has snapped on that. Like, I was freaking out when it was happening, you know, couldn't stop thinking about bees chewing through my drywall. And now I'm just like, well, this is my life. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Now that I'm a little calmer, I'm thinking that, I mean, I don't really know what the front facing of my house is underneath the stone, but I don't think it's like... I would imagine that the stone is not, like, covering up bare studs. I imagine there is the stone and then a finished wall and then the interior of my house. And then, like, the interior of the wall with the studs. It's my assumption. So, I don't quite know what to do next. I have purchased an insecticide which surprises me that I was allowed to purchase on the internet. I haven't used it yet because I don't want to contaminate Grid's Hudson sprayer with pesticides. But I'm also kind of at the point where I'm like, well, what if I just plugged the hole? And maybe they will chew their way inside my house, but that at least will be different. That will be something new occurring. That opens a new avenue for solutions. Fine. When I was working on the spare room, I just kind of shut the door for, I don't know, 3 months. We just had one less room. That's fine. I found that pattern I was looking for yesterday. It was under my coffee table in the living room the whole time. I wonder if we should start trying to use 2 threads when we sew on colored Ida. I don't really like that I can see stuff peeking through. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I was just bitching about that with Steam the other day. Like, come on. You have all my data. You can market to me more effectively than this. You, in fact, can cause a problem for me. I've let you into my house. But no, you're trying to sell me Destiny 2. There's a handheld PlayStation coming out, isn't there? Did I see that right? Or did I dream that? Wouldn't it be nice? Come on, you should give them some money. It's been so long since you've given them money. What if you just gave them a little money? Is it like fully cloud gaming? I can't stand that world that we're going to. It has to, like... Ah, fuck that. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's worse. I thought it was like fully cloud gaming, but if you need a PS5 in order to remote play, that's ridiculous. That is so... We are not allowed to own anything. I hope it tanks. It really feels like... It really feels like Sony is just going really hard into no physical media. Maybe that's why I have such a boner for the Switch, despite its extremely obvious flaws and Nintendo's, like, repeated extreme exploitive bullshit, is just that at least I can get physical media. And to be fair, it's a lot of it is from Limited Run. Most of it is from Limited Run. And Limited Run does Xbox and PlayStation options as well, but it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels different. Feels like the purpose of the Switch is not just to fucking stream games from somebody else's server. Oh my god. Exactly, Beanie. Exactly. I don't know. And then conversely, why am I interested in the Steam Deck? I think maybe because I already don't own physical versions of my video games on PC. It's my responsibility to download those and store them in a way that I see fit, perhaps. But you can, you know, download them. You can turn off network connectivity. Yeah. Awful. Awful. You know, I don't know. Is it just nostalgia that is the reason I don't want to see them fail? Maybe. But also I would love to see them fail. Why does innovation have to just be, what if you had less benefits? What if, as a consumer, you gave us money to make your user experience worse? Oh yes, yes, the device I want to see crash and burn. And the fact that I only knew just one half of one commercial about it is, I think, proof in and of itself that it's not gonna do well. It really did. It looked like a cell phone screen between two Joy-Cons, which did not incite consumer confidence in me when I saw the design. Oof. Yeah, I also feel that way. Like, I guess I didn't realize I felt that way. But it's really the case. It's sports games and shooters. And then what? The only thing that I can think that was a PlayStation exclusive that I wanted to play, Journey? The Last Guardian. And Horizon Zero Dawn for like 3 years. I just can't, I cannot comprehend that working. Like, it must be working for them if they're still doing it. Or at least, like, it's cutting their costs enough that it seems like it's working. I just have to believe, that the consumer, the average consumer, is smarter than that. I know that that's a lot to ask. I don't know. I guess I don't understand people who play video games. I guess I don't understand the casual video game demographic. I understand... It seems like I only understand the collector. Because the community that I have facilitated is that of a collector. Yes, I keep thinking of mobile games as just an entirely separate experience with separate drives, separate desires. Like, I understand that I don't understand mobile games. But what I really feel like I should understand and can't is games that we are playing on mobile, you know? Like, play Tom Clancy's Modern Boners 4 on your Android cell phone. Why? Why would you do that? Like, sure, when I was in high school, the nerd boys played Pokemon Silver or Pokemon fucking Yellow on their calculators in the back row, but that was to flex, like, LOL, I got Pokemon running on my calculator. That wasn't because that was the good user experience. No, absolutely not. Even just handheld gaming really doesn't do it for me. Handheld gaming that is trying to emulate a TV, it's never going to be a TV. If I am going to handheld game, I want this, because this is its own thing. This is what I'm getting when I'm gaming. It's not looking at a TV, but worse. If I'm playing on the Wii screen, or if I'm playing on the fucking Switch in handheld mode, it is less comfortable, it is smaller, it is worse performance, when I could just be sitting on my couch, where I'm sitting anyway, usually, and playing it on the TV. Like... Mm-mm. Yeah, absolutely not. No emulators on my... Hey, Samro. We're complaining about video games. Ooh, I missed a very large part when I was shaving my legs. I've barely ever used my Switch out of its dock. Like, I guess I could understand... I don't know, it just... Maybe I'm gonna sound like a boomer a little bit, but I just feel like we're exploiting the fact that your average modern person does not want to be alone with their thoughts for 10 solid minutes. So we must we must electrify every fucking free moment. Be it with the cell phone or the Switch or the, you know? So, like, I can understand if you have a 2-hour train commute every morning and you're, I don't know, playing video games on it, but also... I don't know. Yeah, but, like, you had to make the decision when you bought the light that that was what you were gonna do with it. I guess what we were really complaining about was you can play the Switch on your TV. And choosing to not do that is a lesser experience. If you bought the light, you have bought a handheld console, and that is what you decided to do, and that's fine, but yeah, the Joy-Cons do not feel good. Right, exactly, Samuel, yeah. Got a hangnail and I have to stop chewing on my fingernails in the microphone. Okay, I guess let's do the white and get that over with. Because I'm not positive that this is gonna look the way I want it to. Yeah. And it wasn't a $200 add-on, yeah. I still think it's so funny that I got the Steam Deck. Nope. Steamcast? Fuck, what was it? The little box that let you cast your Steam games to your TV. Steam... whatever that... Steam Link! Yes. I got that for $1. That was the best sale I have ever... Yeah! It was April Fool's. I thought it was an April Fool's joke. And then I went, holy shit. Excuse me? And then I bought one. That was the best day of my life. And I have used that. Yes, yes, absolutely. Like, these are not worth our time. And anyway, I still paid $60 for the controller, so. Joke's on me, motherfuckers! Okay, I don't think this one is going to make a good patch, just because the Ida is so cute, and I think it would be nicely displayed, centered in a hoop like this. We're getting a new Nintendo console, right? Next year? I think that's the rumor that I heard. I wonder where they're gonna go with it. I don't really know how you... I don't really know where you go from the Switch. Except Switch 2. Bummer. Boring. I hate that fucking small-minded thinking. This worked. What if we made it a little bit faster? And then made you buy a new one? Yeah, I thought I heard, like, actual verified quarter or two of fiscal year or whatever or something, but I also don't pay very much attention. Because I'm not going to buy it new, so who cares? Ooh, Nintendo Focus. Is it a little triangle I can put in my ear? Yeah. Yeah, they should. When they sell you one, the clerk makes you say, "Thank you, Daddy Nintendo," before they hand it to you. We have a bat somewhere around. I can hear him. I don't know where he lives. How do I keep getting these knots in here? Fuck. It doesn't really matter, except that it makes the back messy. Which, again, doesn't really matter, but bugs me. Excuse? I will always know. Parable. Alright, I guess let's just knuckle under and finish the rest of this hat so that I can say, oh, I hate the colors. Just get it over with. Oh, here's a question I'm interested in talking about as a thought experiment. So, AI has been deemed to be, or art created using AI has been decided to be unable to be you cannot copyright it. I wonder how this may impact things like... Oh man, I don't remember enough terms to actually ask this question. I wonder how this may impact things like, you know, John Cage, where the music is... Oh, I'm too tired. I forgot what the term for John Cage's music was. That's it. That's the one.